We are in the beauty and vision business. It is to our peril that we oft forget it. I command it to your attention. These are the words of David Mallenhoff, Madison historian. Madison is often described by its capital, its university, and its lakes. It is because of these lakes that the others are made possible. I had the pleasure of interviewing Kurt Welke, lead fisheries biologist for the Wisconsin DNR's southern region, in charge of Dane and Greene County's fisheries programs. The Wisconsin DNR, or Department of Natural Resources, acts as an agent for the public's interest as described in the Wisconsin Constitution's Public Trust Doctrine, which basically says that all Wisconsin citizens have the right to boat, fish, hunt, ice skate, and swim on navigable waters, as well as enjoy the natural scenic beauty of navigable waters and enjoy the quality and quantity of water that supports those issues. Dane County is a magnificent place for Wisconsin's natural waters. It is the county with the 7th largest amount of surface waters in the state, with a large number of lakes right around Madison. Lake Mendota, Monona, Wingra, Waubesa, and Kegonsa alone contain 20,000 acres of water. Dane County is also home to over 200 miles of cold water streams and another 50 miles of warm water streams. Our public uses include world-class muskellunge, northern pike, walleye, largemouth bass, bluegill, crappie, brook trout, and brown trout fisheries. In addition to fishing, we have ample waters to sail, windsurf, and enjoy other water sports. And as many of us know, there is often nothing better in the summer than sitting by the lake at the terrace. Our lakes define Madison. But we must make sure that we don't take these waters for granted. Global climate change will prove to be a factor with the warming of waters and the increased frequency of extreme events such as heavy rains and droughts. However, on the local level, the largest issues facing us are those of human factors, impervious surface runoff and agricultural runoff. On a unit equivalent basis, surface runoff is the #1 cause of poor water quality in our public waters, second to agriculture. Rainfall on impervious surfaces during the summer months can carry large amounts of heat in the runoff water, as well as automobile exhaust, bacteria and animal waste, and nitrogen through decomposing plants. These can have a tremendous impact on the waters at the point of entry of this runoff. Take, for example, the impact of one high-temperature water runoff event from a local facility. This is not the water that the public desires, and events like this are where Kurt and his colleagues step in. Agricultural runoff has been a problem since the onset of modern agriculture. It is not uncommon for modern dairy farms to average 300 plus cows, and not unheard of for these farms to have 800 to 1,000 or more cows at each site. These dairy cows can produce 150 to 200 pounds of manure per day, and this manure has to go somewhere. It is normally used on fields as nutrient, but due to frozen grounds or crop yields, it is not always possible to spread the manure at even intervals. This can lead to manure being spread over frozen grounds or grounds saturated with water, leading to large-scale agricultural runoff, rich in sediments and nitrogen. Kurt dubbed this picture the Niagara Falls of liquid manure. Agricultural and residential runoff can alter the physical forms of the streams and lakes in terms of muddy bottoms, as well as raise the levels of ammonia, nitrogen, and phosphorus, all chemicals used as indicators by the DNR for water quality in fish habitats. A muddy bottom can turn a trout stream into one for white suckers, a musky lake into a home for carp, driving out these less tolerant, more prized fish, and allowing the more tolerant fish to take over instead. For those not interested in fishing, this runoff has an enormous impact on the visible quality of Madison waters. Dane County has enacted a policy to limit residential phosphorus loads to 3,700 pounds annually, a policy largely seen as about 50% effective, meaning we reduce 1,800 pounds per year. However, single runoff events from dairy farms, such as the Niagara Falls of manure, while legal, can cause over 2,400 pounds of phosphorus to be unloaded into the local creek, 600 pounds more than the residential limit for the year. What impact does this have on the people of Madison and Dane County? Aside from killing fish, consider that 1 pound of phosphorus is enough to produce 500 pounds of the renowned blue-green algae. This is what one runoff event can do to the shores of Lake Mendota, and what we unfortunately come across on occasion while we sit on the terrace of the Memorial Union. So what can we learn from all this? The quality of the water is a direct reflection of what we do on the land. If we want our Madison lakes to be suitable waters for us to all enjoy, whether through fishing, boating, swimming, or just observing its natural beauty, we must all be stewards of the water. It is not directly the fault of any one person or organization, and many public and private entities are fighting to keep our waters clean. With further exposure to both citizens and those in the agriculture industry, hopefully all can become more educated in ways to preserve the quality of our water and maintain the most precious resource that allowed Madison to become what it is today. My thanks to Kurt Welke for his time and the men and women of the Wisconsin DNR for the work that they do to meet this goal every day.